Dear students, so today I explain about types of image processings. Mainly image processings or images are classified into three types. Mainly three types of images. One is white and black images. That is nothing but binary image. The values to be represent one is called as a white and zero is called as a black. And second one it is grayscale image. These grayscale image is also known as intensity images. The range of values in the grayscale image from 0 to 255. And finally, the last one is color image. This color image may be called as a indexed image or RGB image. Here, each component RGB, red, green and blue, each component have the values of 0 to 255. But in our processing, image processing, mainly we are using only gray images. So some of the pixel notations for your reference. Any image may be considered in the form of matrix. It may be a 2 cross 2 matrix or here considered 16 cross 16 matrix. So in this matrix here in this slide we have two representations. First one it is only the matrix form with the grayscale images. The corresponding grayscale values to be represented in the second matrix. So please analyze first matrix with corresponding to the second matrix their values. So here full light color, white color will be represent as 255 and black will be represent as a 0 values. The values from 0 to 255. In between that the gray images, the gray values have to be mentioned in the second matrix. In any image, you have to represent in the form of pixels or in the form of matrix. You have to start from 2 cross 2 matrix, 4 cross 4, 8 cross 8, 16 cross 16. Likewise, we are going to consider that. That is not fixed for only 4 cross 4. You can consider even in the 3 cross 3, 5 cross 5 also based on our applications. So then, how to read images? The primary name could be anything, but the second name is very important. We have different formats of images. Mainly we have these 6 formats. For example, you can consider 1.jpg or 1.jpeg or 1.tiff files. What for these image formats? TIFF or will be represented, will be called as tagged image file format. In our representation, we mentioned as .tiff or .tif. And the second image, the primary name is left to the users. The secondary name may be JPG or JPEG. Is nothing but giant photographic experts groups. And then third one, we represented in the form of that particular format is called as a graphics interchange format. So notation we have to represent in the form of .gif files. And similarly, some other formats are also available. Based on our applications, we are going to use Windows bitmap.bmp files, then PNG format, portable network graphics format, or the last one will be called as X window dump format, that it should be mentioned as .xwd. Then once you have to mention or store the images in the form of maybe TF file or JPG files or PNG files like that. Now we'll come to that some analysis of the image. Suppose I can take any image. The elements of image is called as a image element or pixels. That pixels location indexed by rows and columns. That is what in the previous session I was explained about f of x comma y. So similarly here we have the representations. P is equal to r comma c is the pixel location indexed by row r and column c. The same pixel rows and columns will be represent I of p. That is nothing but pixel. I of p is nothing but pixels. The p location should be rn comma c. So in the bottom we consider three images. See here only we marked as a high part of the human. The rows and columns should be mentioned. Only we are going to select only that high part. That is what the coordinate value is. Center of the high we are considered. In the third column or third image, that coordinate values, rows and columns to be represented. Then I'll come to that some of the literature survey of image processing. When the image processing it will be started, that is what we explain with respect to the origin of digital image processing. These basic image processing will be introduced in the year of 1920, and before that it was discovered in 1895. Afterwards, they are modified and reduce the time, and step-by-step modifications to be done for coming decades. And here also the advanced digital image continuous improvement. In 1960s, they have to mention and developed in the space program and medical research. Some of the project at the JET laboratories, MIT, Bell Labs, and the University of Maryland, among other, user digital images to advance satellite images, medical images, so video phone technology, character recognitions, and photo enhancement. So here only the thing is how improvement day by day the image processing. And here also the next level of improvement. After that, they look into the communications to improve the quality of images. Finally, in the invention of 1970, they introduced computerized axial tomography. That it will be nowadays a very popular term will be called as a CT scan. computerized tomography. It is one of the most important events in the application of image processing in the field of medical diagnosis. So these are the history of digital image processing. Now next, we look into some of the applications of digital image processing. Now today's session will wind up these literature survey, and the next class onwards we concentrate on applications and components of an image processing. Thank you, Ananda.